I won't let you do it. All I have for you right now is utter love. I'm not going to allow you to take me out of this utter loving feeling that I have for you. I'm not going to do it. In today's video, we're going to talk about my spiritual awakening. Okay, so I will start off by saying this was one of those experiences that was completely, of course, unexpected. At some points became very overwhelming because I just didn't know what was happening to me. All these changes and things were occurring, and it was happening pretty rapidly, like within like a 4-month span. Like this stuff was I was just like evolving like fast, like rapidly, and I couldn't really even keep up. Until I just had to. I just kind of came to an awareness that, okay, something is happening. You know, the first thing was like, okay, maybe that was just that. And then the next change happened. It was like, maybe that was just that. And I still wasn't calling it a spiritual awakening. I just didn't know what was happening to me. I just felt like there's a lot of changes happening, right? And so I wanted to make this video to explain to you the different things that occurred to me, and even I won't be able to get it all in this just one sitting in this one video, but I will explain to you guys some of the things that was happening to me that were so like apparent and so kind of drastic that it kind of was jarring, and I realized, okay, something's happening. Okay. So the very first thing was that happened to me, and again, keep in mind, you guys, this all happened within like 3 to 4 months. Bam, 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 like this. So the very first sign that I now know that I was going through a spiritual awakening was at the beginning of the year. Of course, you guys know that's when all of this happened. I just all of a sudden felt like I could no longer be around people who made me angry, or people who I just felt like weren't good for my psyche, that weren't good for me just to be around. Like not just simply because they were toxic, because some of them were, but I no longer wanted to be around people who made me feel bad, right? In addition to that, I no longer wanted to be around people who like to gossip, who like to stir up drama. I no longer wanted to like talk to people who every time I got on the phone with them, they were just always negative or always complaining about somebody, or just, you know, just like never had anything positive to say. I no longer wanted to talk to people who always wanted to talk about a struggle, or always wanted to talk about the news. Like, I literally had no tolerance, like zero tolerance for anybody who wasn't bringing me positivity. I was like, I'm done. Like, if I just consistently saw that you were one of those people, took me to a place, a negative place mentally, if I felt like you were triggering and you just like simply wanted to call me or talk to me because you wanted to start an argument, no, that was one of the first things I did. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this person, that person. Like, I cannot. I literally, it literally became like repulsive to me to be around those people. I no longer wanted to entertain it. I no longer wanted to be involved in it. I no longer wanted to be involved in arguments or listening to people gossip or complain about other people or talk bad about other people. I just no longer wanted to be around them or be on the phone with them. Some people, it was just a hardcore, I'm not answering the phone anymore. No, I'm not entertaining it. I'm not engaging them at all. And then some people, it was like, I was like, you know what, I just want to get off the phone, or I would just go, you know, let me call you back or something like that. And I just wouldn't call them back. So that was probably the first thing that happened to me. I just remember thinking, I just have no interest. I have no interest, because I was starting to realize that it was taking me to a place, a low vibrational place that I no longer wanted to entertain. I no longer wanted to be a part of. The next thing, or the second thing that happened to me, and I'm trying to remember this exactly in the order in which it happened. The second thing that happened to me was the giving up of the alcohol, which I made another video about overcoming my addiction. Again, something that I thought that I didn't think I had a problem with alcohol at all. I only drank wine, and I never before this awakening thought that it was an issue at all. But as I was going through this awakening, it just came over me. It just came over me. I'm done with this. I no longer want this alcohol. I no longer want to poison my body with this alcohol. The same with the previous step. I just felt like I no longer want to put toxic people in my environment. I no longer want to be in the environment of toxic people. I no longer want to put toxins in my body. So removing toxic people. And then step 2 was I just no longer wanted to put the alcohol in my system at all. If someone else was drinking, it didn't bother me, but for me, for it to come up to my mouth, or this whole thing of drinking the wine thing, it was just like, no, I don't want this in my body anymore. The third step for me was immediately, it seemed like immediately after I wanted to give up the alcohol, I immediately started thinking about other toxins, other things that I'm putting in my body, which then led to my diet. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I just became more cognizant. I became just more aware of everything I put in my body. Juices. I was just like, whether they are with added sugar or whether they're natural sugar from fruit, I was just like, juices and sugar. I'm done. I'm done pouring this in my body. I'm done putting this in my body. The other thing was, I wasn't a big soda drinker, but I kind of was like, you know, every now and then, but I was like, nope, no more the soda. In addition to that, I was like, I'm done with processed food. I don't want to put it in my body. Junk food, nope. I was never a big like, I gotta have cookies and cake and ice cream. But every now and then, I mean, sure. And especially around the holidays, absolutely. You know, I'm making cookies and things like that. I no longer want to put processed foods in my body at all. I used to be vegetarian, and when I was living a vegetarian lifestyle, I used to buy a lot of processed food. Yeah, it was vegetarian or it was vegan, but it was highly processed food. I was like, no, I don't want any processed food in my body at all. And I literally switched my diet to just literally, you guys, probably about 90% of my diet is like one ingredient foods. Like one ingredient foods. I eat meat. I will eat steak. I will eat chicken, but it's usually like one ingredient food. I will eat cheese, but it's usually not processed. It's not processed like shredded cheese or something like that, unless I shred it. It's usually like the block cheese that I'll get from the deli. I just started eating cleaner, one ingredient foods, eggs, salad. I eat a lot of salad, and I don't put a lot of stuff on my salad anymore like I used to in the past. A lot of times I don't even have the desire, even the good quality block cheese that I'll get from the deli. I just oftentimes don't even have the desire to even shred it and put it on my salad. I literally just want just the greens of the salad, and maybe just a little vinaigrette, like one of my lemon vinaigrettes on there, and that's it. If I'm looking for a snack, I don't grab for any chips, anything like that. None of that processed stuff. My go-to thing now is always like nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. Almonds. Oh my God, I eat a ton of almonds. I love macadamia nuts, pecans. That's my go-to snack food now. It's only something still here in the house just simply because of my son, but I completely had no desire anymore to put junk food and processed food in my system. The next thing was, I remember feeling like I just love everything. I remember just speaking to my husband and speaking to my son, and I would just go, I'm usually a pretty upbeat person, but I literally was just I just started feeling these intense feelings of just love. Not just love for family, but just love for everybody. And kind of love for everybody the same as you may love your family. It was we're all the same, right? It was you don't have a special rank in my level of love just because you're my mother. You don't have a special rank of love or a hierarchy of love or priority just because you're a family member, or just because you're my daughter. It was no, I love you, absolutely, but I love you the same way I love everybody, right? And then it was I love everyone. I love everyone. I started just having a serious, deep compassion and empathy for everyone. This was a big deal because it was like people who I knew for sure had wronged me in the past. I no longer wanted to talk about it. I no longer wanted to hold a grudge about it. I no longer wanted to feel like they did this to me and they did that to me. I started just feeling thoughts and feelings of they're going through a struggle. They're going through their own struggle. And it was I'm not here to judge them. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to judge myself. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone. I just got to a point where I was I just let it go. Anyone who I felt had done anything wrong to me, I just felt I, one, let it go, and two, it was empathy, just extreme empathy. Not just for people who had wronged me, but people who you would just see on the street and normally they do something kind of bad and it would tee you off. I just start immediately having feelings of they're probably going through something, right? Instead of just they're an a-hole or they did this and they're a jerk. I wouldn't do that. I would just go, they're probably going through something. They just cut you off in traffic. It's because, the boss just told them if they're late one more time, they're going to lose their job. I just started having empathy like that for everyone. Not just love for everyone, you guys, but love for everything. I mean, everything. Trees. I've always loved trees, though. I used to love climbing trees. That's another video, another story. but love, like love for trees, like love for trees in a way of like what they provide for us, or the beauty in that tree. Look at the leaves on that tree, like love for this tree being here. Just wanting to be, I've always been like a nature person, but just even more so just wanting to be out in nature, wanting to be next to trees. Love for birds. Like I can sit up and watch these birds fly around the house and I'm just so intrigued. Like I had to go out and buy a little bird feeder that I have hanging in one of my trees in the backyard, and these two little sparrows have come to the bird feeder, and cute little things, and just I can sit there and watch them for hours just eating, and they're just singing and talking to each other, and it's like now these birds have been around, but now it's like when I see them I'm like so drawn to them, and just like it's almost like I'm communicating with them and hear them talking, and they're communicating and they're singing, and it's just like I'm like if I come downstairs and I see them out there in the bird feeder just chatting it up, I'm just I almost always I have to stop, unless I literally have to do something right then and there. I will stop and I'm like I have to look at them and just listen to them like bees. I look at the bees and they're pollinating the trees and pollinating the fruit, and I mean just absolute love and appreciation for bees. Everything, you guys, everything and everyone, it's like wow, just love. Even when it comes to like when someone who I know from step one, or the first thing that I got rid of, you know, as far as like toxic people, even to the point like if one of those toxic people tries to reach out to me or this, that, and the other, I'll like respond. All I have for them is love. Like I literally cannot even entertain their conversation. If they try to take me down that path of, you know, why this, why that, and I already know where they're going with it, I'm like, nope. I love you, and I'm not going to even allow you. I'm not going to allow you to bring me out of this absolute and utter love I have for you. I'm not going to even allow you to say something to me via text or via phone call that will make me think less of you or bring me out of this loving state for you. That type of love, you guys. It's like, no, I won't let you do it. All I have for you right now is utter love. I'm not going to allow you to take me out of this utter loving feeling that I have for you. I'm not going to do it. The other thing that happened to me, and this one was a doozy. This also happens to be connected with opening up your third eye, and I'll talk about that later too. But I had like these heightened senses, like my senses have become so heightened that it's like this one was just like blowing my mind like left and right. It was like I would come downstairs and look out my back door, and my grass that has been there all along would look not just green, it would look like brilliantly green. Like the green would be so brilliant. The sun is just like I see it like all the time, like the way the sun rays come in through a window. I literally have to just like stop, because it's just like the beauty in that and just how brilliant it is. Yellow. All of a sudden, you guys, I would have never said in the past that yellow was my favorite color. Yellow, the color yellow is so brilliant to me, to the point where I went out and got yellow roses. For Mother's Day, I wanted Jim to buy me a bouquet of yellow roses. I want more, I planted more yellow flowers in the garden. The color yellow is just phenomenal to me, right? Another thing is like my sense of sound. Like some things will just, it'll just like be so intense. Certain music that I like, that I have owned for years. This particular artist, I have owned his albums for years. But when he's singing, all of the albums that I own are in Spanish. I am not fluent in Spanish, but I only want to hear his albums in Spanish. And when I hear them, and when he is singing so intense and so passionate, it literally feels like his notes, the notes in the song, are like vibrating, or like massaging my ears, you guys. Like, that's how intense this music and these notes are. Like, oh my God, like that. Heightened senses. My sense of taste, you guys, has changed so much. Things that in the past I would have said, no, I'm not eating that. No, I had that when I was a kid. I didn't like it. I hated it. I don't want it. No. I literally crave now. I've never really been a huge beef eater, even when, when I was younger and I wasn't vegetarian. I still really only stuck to like chicken and fish, or seafood and chicken and things like that, right? Turkey. I now have this, I literally like crave steaks. When I did used to eat steaks, when I was younger, they had to be well done. That was the only way they had to be well done. How would you like your steak, ma'am? Well done, all the way through. Now you guys, I'm like at medium rare. Medium rare. Sometimes medium. I'm like, yes. Like well done, I can't do it. I cannot do well done at all. Like if they've cooked it too long, I'm like, I'm gonna try to put it down because I don't want to be like a rude patron or anything, but I am kind of thinking like, that's too tough. No, I'm at medium rare now. I crave steaks and salad. Like that's like my go-to, like huge salads and steak. I mean, I love. The other thing, nuts. I've always liked almonds. But one nut that I was just like, macadamia nuts. Now I have to have them. I have a big jar right over there on the counter. Huge jar filled with macadamia nuts. I love them. Liver. I know, you guys are liver, Tracy. No, liver. I love it. Absolutely love it. My husband bought me a pack of liver, and it's like these nice little thin slices. I mean, I put that thing in the skillet, cook it so fast. Liver, you guys, love it. Just heightened senses like that. Like smells, you guys. And I usually find this with like colognes and perfumes. Like, it is so intense that I have found myself many times, like being out in public or something like that, and somebody will walk past me, or somebody's like waiting on me or just next to me, and their perfume or their cologne can smell so good. I literally can't help myself. I'm like, oh my God, like that, that smells really good. Like, what is your cologne? What do you have on? I literally say it just like that. Like, if you come around me and your cologne or your perfume smells that good, or it just like really resonates with me, and my nose is just like, I will literally say, what do you have on? That smells amazing. That smells so good. My husband and I, we were walking around the mall, not even going to the mall to get him cologne. As a matter of fact, I think I was going to get myself some cologne, some perfume. And one of the ladies there, she said, we have this new men cologne that just came out. And when I was like, well, that's not what we're here for. And then I said, well, yeah, spray a little bit on my husband. She sprays this on my husband, you guys. Literally, I was like, oh my, like, wait. Yeah, I'm like that. I was like, oh my God, that smells so good. Like, heightened senses like that. We bought that cologne. We bought it. I'm like, where's your cologne? Like, where's your cologne? Put your cologne. Like, it smells that good to me. I mean, heightened senses like that, you guys. It is absolutely crazy. The other thing that I would say is a change in habits, or like activities, daily things that I would normally do, right? So like, normally in the past, I would always be one of those people where I take a shower. I'm like, yeah, I take a shower. I always take a shower. I take a shower every day, sometimes morning, night, I take a shower. All of a sudden, you guys, for no rhyme or reason, I just had to start. I just was like, I want a bath. Like, I want to soak. Like, I wanted to be submerged in water. Like, I wanted to be in a bath. Like, not because I've been out and about and I've just been around a lot of people. I got real dirty. I was playing in the garden or something today. No, I'm just working at home. I'm working at a desk. I haven't been outside, right? I haven't interacted with anybody. I've been playing in the dirt, climbing trees. And I just like felt a need, like I need to be in the water. I need to be in water. Now, you guys, I don't take showers at all. I do not take showers at all. I have to. It's part of my daily activity. I absolutely have to take a bath every single night. As you guys remember from the previous video, I have to meditate. I didn't used to meditate. I have to meditate every day now. It's not a thought. It's not even it has to happen. It must happen. I'm not leaving out of my room until I meditate in the morning. I'm not going to bed until I stop and give myself my time to meditate every single day. Early riser. I used to be one of those people where I'm gonna get up enough time to get ready and go to work. I'm gonna get up in enough time to get ready, have my coffee, and yeah, go to work. So if that meant that if I had to be at work at 9, then yeah, I'll get up at like 7:30. If I have to be somewhere at 8, yeah, I'll get up at like 6:50, 6:30. Now, you guys, I get up every day in the 5 o'clock hour. Every day. 5 o'clock hour, I'm up. It's either 5 o'clock. I don't set alarms, so it's either 5 o'clock on the nose, or it's 5:15, 5:16, 5:38, 5:40, every single day, early riser. And I want to see the sun rise every day. It just like starts my day. It just gets me so energetic and just ready to go. I'm ready. Like, it's not just the early rising, you guys. It's like the early rising, and it's like I'm pumped. I'm like, you know how like you get up sometimes and you're just like, let me get my coffee. Like, I'm a zombie until I get my coffee. No, I'm like pumped. I am ready. I'm like, I got things to do today. What am I going to achieve today? Like that, you guys. So those are just some of the things that I noticed that changed in me as I was going through this spiritual awakening. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wasn't calling it a spiritual awakening at that time because I just didn't know what was going on with me. I just noticed that there were all these changes. But if you guys think you're going through a spiritual awakening, or if you have gone through a spiritual awakening, or if you know someone who has experienced this and you kind of watched them go through this and was like, wait, what is going on? This person seems like they're totally changing. It is. It's like a complete change. It's a new you. It's a new me, right? It's a rebirth. But if you know anything about the spiritual awakening, or if anything like that has happened to you, make sure to leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.